just as I thought things were finally going to get better for Pavlov, something unexpected happened. I'm sure everybody who's a fan of Pavlov Shack has heard that there's a brand new RC update. I've been watching a few videos here and there of the new update, and so today I finally decided to check it out and I was going to do a video on it. I'm all excited, only to realize that the public only had access to this update for like 24 hours. Like, come on, man, throw a dog a bone here. There's barely any lobbies on PC and Shack right now. I'm just failing to understand the point of adding an RC update, getting the community hyped, just to go on and remove the update. Cause I definitely know Shack players were really excited for this update, and all they're doing is splitting the community even more by having multiple builds of the game. It used to be a lot more simple. We would have the live version, then we'd have the RC version to be able to test out future updates. But now they added a third build in there, the RC 2.0. Like, what is going on with Pavlov right now? And believe me, I'm not hating on the game, I'm just failing to understand what the hell the developers are getting themselves into. I don't know, maybe this is a part of Dave's grand plan. I don't know, man. All I know is his grand plan right now is fucking up the community. And I didn't even have time to check out the update. From what I can gather, it's the exact same update as we have on PC. It had the newer player models, the new gun, and I'm assuming the new engine update. But here's one of the bigger problems with Pavlov right now. Not only is the player count extremely low, but the community is split up into 4 groups now. On Shack we have live and RC players, and on PC we have live and beta players. I guess I'm just reminiscing on the old days when there would be lobbies on top of lobbies of people just playing on one version of Pavlov. I mean, I cannot be the only one with this opinion right now. I can only hope and pray that this gets better in the future. I mean, the whole point of the RC is to test out the new content before it releases. But the thing is, the previous RC hasn't even been released to live yet. And they're already working on this new update before even working on the old update for Shack. So it's really just confusing me now. Like, is it just me, or does it feel like these aren't even the same developers as we had a year ago? And yes, I get that Bankrupt Games is a small team and it's gonna take time to do all this, but in my personal opinion, they're juggling too much right now. They're trying to do too much with Pavlov, and now it's just led to a content drought.
I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I don't need it. I need it. I need it!
And don't even get me started on Dave saying the Shack update would be available on February 2nd, to then just delay it to the 14th. Then he waited till the 16th to launch it, to just go ahead and remove it from the store and call it a test. Like, dog is really killing his own community. He's so unpredictable. Like, no wonder the community can't trust this man, bro, because he just does not know what he's doing. And I'm not discrediting his hard work that goes into Pavlov. He's done a lot for the game. It just does not make sense why he would do his own community like that when it's already dying. Like, my man just needs to set a date, and that's the date, man. What's up with all the delays and then the random just remove the update from the store? It doesn't make sense. He just needs to set a day and that be the day, man. When you're that high up and you have that many people expecting you to deliver on an update, you can't just lie to people. Next Tuesday is already a meme within the Pavlov community, and I'm not really bothered by the fact that it was delayed, but by the fact that he removed it from the store after hyping up people for new content. Like, it just, come on, man. Now, I'm gonna play a clip for you of me talking to the Cool Dragoon, a player who's been in the Pavlov Shack community since the beginning. So, Dragoon, how do you feel about the state of Pavlov right now?
I mean, personally, I think that Dave's not handling the community side of things very well. His game development doesn't seem to have any issues, but his lack of ability to manage the Pavlov community is very apparent. It's quite odd seeing him so confident that a release candidate is ready for launch on a day, and then he delays it. Even after the delay, he delivers the RC 2 days later. Then when the RC finally launched after about 8 months of no new content, the update didn't add much. Other than lighting and balance changes, there was one new gun, a gore overhaul, a UI overhaul, a new TT roll, and a gadget, and some new search and destroy characters. But the thing about these models is because of the gore overhaul, they had to be downscaled to PlayStation 2 levels of textures. This I didn't mind, it was just fun having something new to do. However, this update broke a lot more things that it added. Here's some bugs I encountered while playing it. Voice chat was delayed about 10 to 15 seconds, making it impossible to communicate to anyone, which is half the fun of Pavlov. However, you can play with friends in party chat, so I really didn't mind. The controllers in spectator mode were less than a frame per second, making it seem absolutely choppy, but I didn't really mind because it didn't affect inputs and you could still walk around at solid frames. Sometimes people would be invisible from a slight distance, making long-range combat impossible, which was horrible for Santorini, one of the only maps alongside Dana Setter in the RC. The constant crashing, it was really bad. You couldn't play for an hour without crashing. I mean, it's fine. It's just a release candidate, but what I didn't understand is how it took 8 months to do that. But I suppose because they were working on porting to PlayStation VR 2, I can understand it. Anyway, I didn't mind all the bugs and delays. I'm patient, but I certainly do not agree with how Dave is handling RC release days. I think he should wait until it's finished and completely working before he decides to announce to the community that this is the release date of the RC.
Totally, the way he's handling it is just not good for the community. He's killing the community. You can't promise, Shaq players that there's going to be new content and then release it and then take it back. You know what I'm saying? That it's just a test. When all the other RC updates have had content and you get to play through the RC until it's ported into live. The weirdest thing about this new RC is that he hasn't even finished the old one yet, so that we have like 3 different versions of the game to play on. That's also splitting up the community 10 times more. When there's 3 different versions of the game to play on, not everybody's going to be on one version. It's going to just make lobbies less and less enjoyable.
Yeah, because RC means release candidate. The RC2 that came out was a release candidate for a release candidate, which shouldn't happen at all. So you should finish the RC that currently is out, port it to live, make sure everything's good and happy, and then begin work on the next RC instead of creating an RC of an RC and then taking the newest RC of an RC away when it's obviously very buggy and broken and people complain about that. And then after that, you say some made-up story about how it was just a test.
That's the thing. He never said that it was a test. He never announced that this was a day thing. He just ripped it away from players. And I feel like that really hurt the community because we were all getting hyped about this new content. We're finally getting new content after a year of nothing. And he just completely ripped it away. I feel like that's what is killing Pavlov more than anything else, is the lack of communication between Dave and the community. It's just terrible. It's horrible right now. I mean, we're not getting any updates into the future of Pavlov. What are the updates? And they've been working on this for a long time now, and I don't understand why it's taking longer than any other update in the past when they completely overhauled the game with a World War II update, and that took about a couple months, and now it's been a whole year and this is all we're getting.
Well, as soon as they release the new mod kit that allows you to make like basically any gun you want, the player base will skyrocket because custom maps will be like everywhere and they'll be the most high quality stuff ever. Hell, Dave even said that with the new mod kit you can make a fucking bow and arrow if you'd like.
I am excited about the new mod kit. It's kind of confusing on how that's all going to work between the 3 platforms. I mean, when are they planning to release it? Is PSVR 2 going to be its own thing and then they're eventually going to update it to crossplay, or what's the plan? We don't have any news on what the plans are here.
Well, no, that's the thing though. Dave says a lot. He says a lot in the general chat of like the Pavlov VR Discord server, but the thing is, most of the time they don't come true. So you can either trust what he says or don't. It doesn't really matter because you won't know what he's talking about.
But anyways, guys, it seems like me and Dragoon are on the same page here about Pavlov and the way Dave handles his community. I hope that this will get better in the future and that 2022 is just a little hiccup. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me. I'm open to all opinions about the state of Pavlov right now. Also, while recording this video, I just realized Pavlov came out on PSVR 2 today. So also let me know if anyone has a PSVR 2. Let me know down in the comments how the game is playing and if you are enjoying it. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Oh yeah, and don't forget to shake that like button and subscribe for more gaming content just like this. But anyways, guys, peace out.